Hey fam, what's going on? Drac and Mythic here from the GingerAndABeard stream. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about a game I've been playing a lot of lately. It's called Last Day on Earth. It's on mobile. It's a survival game. It's been a lot of fun, and a couple weeks ago I shared my base reveal on stream, and I wanted to share that here on YouTube as well. That way you guys can see what was going on and also be able to share some thoughts I had when I was setting up my base. So in the clip that I'm going to show later, you'll see that my base has like a hole in the middle. It's kind of modeled after a Roman villa with the garden on the inside that allows me to keep my crops, my carrot crops, and anything that can go outside inside of walls. And then those walls I ringed with spikes. You know, we haven't seen any PvP action quite yet, so I'm not sure how useful the spikes will be. Maybe they'll be totally useless against other players, but I'm not sure how to get through them in the current game, so we'll have to see if that pays off or not. Then I also did another thing where I had 3 different rooms where I had resources or crafted material inside of my base. And the reason I did that is I figured people are going to be breaking in. They got to go through a wall. Well, first off, they got to go through spikes, and then they got to go through a wall to get into like the hallways, and then they got to go through another wall to get into a room. And if the resources are spread out everywhere, they're going to have a hard time getting to, you know, exactly what they want to find. So hopefully that pays off. You know, we don't know how C4 is going to work yet. It's still not in the game, so remains to be seen if that's going to be a good strategy, but that was what my thought was. Then I also have a couple decoy rooms where, you know, the walls are sturdier and you're like, oh look, there's something cool in here, but it's, you know, just the chopper that you can't actually take anything off of. So I think that's a pretty good idea. I mean, my inner sanctum, the vault, is like 4 layers deep right now. You know, I'll show you that, guys, here in a little bit in the clip. And then my final thought was, okay, so if somebody makes it all the way in, they find their way in, they're ready to steal stuff, then they can only take a bag's worth of stuff. And worst case scenario, they have the fully upgraded military backpack, which is 16 slots if memory serves, and that's not a whole lot of space unless you have really nice stuff saved up. And what I did is I store a lot of raw materials, which take up a lot of space, and they're not necessarily worth as much. So I do have like planks and stones and stuff like that, but as far as like crafted gear, I don't store any of that or have it. I just make it when I need it. And that was my final thought on setting up bases for Last Day on Earth. If you guys have any other ideas that you want to share them down below in the comments. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, maybe what you want to see as far as future Last Day on Earth videos, and I will be happy to oblige. So I hope you guys like the upcoming video, like my base layout, and if you could, hit the like and subscribe button. It'd help us out a lot. Thanks, guys. Alright guys, let's jump in here. I've been doing some farming actually, just to show this off for you guys. Actually, probably way too much farming, to be honest. So I'm going to be showing off my base here as soon as this loads in. Got a lot of stuff. If you notice, now level 76. Totally naked, rocking my Duluth Trading Company boxers, which are the greatest. They're nice and comfortable. Keep your privates warm in the winter when you're out killing zombies. So those are good. All well and good. Let's take a quick tour real quick. So, I actually went through all the trouble of making spikes that run all the way around my base. My base is literally as big as it can be, with the exception of the spikes. I had a couple zombie hordes come through, take out some of the spikes, so we'll build those back up. I had to do this funky thing right here because you can't actually build next to this truck, which is awful. Like, I just hate that. It's like my least favorite thing right now. because I had a square base and then it got ruined by the truck. At least it's down in the corner. I have this like random barrier, so you have to get through the spikes, you got to get through the wall, and then there's a hallway that has absolutely nothing in it, if you guys were paying attention there. And then you have to get through another wall to get into the inner sanctums, and I compartmentalized them a little bit. So in here is all my outdoor stuff. It's actually inside the walls. I didn't build any flooring here, so I have room to grow. As the game grows a little bit, then you can see, put all this stuff here, and since we're sitting here, might as well trade these out, keep this stuff flowing. Apparently I got too many of those. Then this here is what I consider my inner vaults. It's got, what is that, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18 large chests in here. These new ones I just built, so they're empty. But these ones I've been saving up supplies for different things. Didn't need to open this one. I always get these two confused. But I'm a bit of a hoarder and I'm a bit OCD, so you can see it kind of come out in this game a little bit here. I should probably hang on to a stack of those because we're going to have to replace them when we go outside. Then, yeah, so let's get these reset here. You see both my carrot things are right next to each other. And it just makes it easier to switch out all the mats. I need some wood, which I already have. Start up some carrot stew, because carrot stew is where it's at, boys and girls. Where it's at. And I have 2 forges. Don't really have any going right now. Just because I need to go farm some more, right? So that was the inner vault. Let's go in here. It's my crafting room, which has 20 more chests in it. Absolutely ridiculous. Got a couple of the sewing tables here, 2 stone cutters tables here. On the other side is the woodworking benches, and then also the metal benches here, which I haven't. I'm building some. Let's see how many nails I have. Got some nails, but not going too crazy with those right now. Then I have a lot of these metal scraps because you need a lot for the ATV that I'm working on. I'll show you that in a second. Where does this go? This goes in here. I'm gonna make some more cloth. I've been turning a lot of my cloth into, or the plant fiber into cloth. Just feel like it's a little bit more useful for me right now to make the heavy fabric. Just the level on that. So you can see here I've got a ton of heavy fabric. Here I've got a ton of cloth as well. Kind of running out of space. Saving up materials to show this stuff off for you guys. So let's get that rolling. I'm actually thinking about where could I actually put stuff so I can make things for you guys. I do want to upgrade some of these walls that are inside. My strategy right now is to upgrade the walls that are inside first, so you kind of waste your explosives. Like, explosives aren't in the game yet, but when they come into the game, I'm expecting them, you know, you're going to need a lot to get through one wall. So waste it a little bit on the outside walls that aren't that expensive, and then, you know, have to deal with more walls when you get inside. So that's the strategy right now. And to do that, we need lots of rocks and lots of stones just to get to the next level. So I'm just going to upgrade all of these. So you guys saw my bags there. They were pretty full of everything. I'm going to show you how quickly we run through this. It's 20 stones and or 20 planks and 10 stones for every wall we're doing. And so yeah, I expect to run out of a lot of stuff here soon. Let's just take these out because they're not supposed to be in there. lucky for you guys, I have lots of wood. Oh, can't do that yet. So we're going to keep upgrading these walls. We got another room that I'd hopefully like to get through. I didn't do the math completely, but if you guys are struggling, you need to make sure that you get the floor upgraded first. So if the floor is not upgraded, you can't upgrade the walls. Man, so much wood is needed from these wall upgrades. I'm gonna run out of all my planks here tonight. I know it. That's alright. We've got stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks of wood. The other thing that I found kind of interesting working on these upgrades is that the walls actually cost more. They cost 5 more of each material. So kind of keep that in mind if you plan on upgrading everything. You need a little bit more for the door than you would for everything else. So we're going to get this crafting room all maxed out here. Then we're going to move on to the other room. Oh man, so close. Need more stones. So let's take another extra bin here. This one, this should be, oh, actually, I kind of worked backwards. Oh, I forgot this bin had wood in it. Not that it really matters where I put it, as long as I remember where they're at, right? Okay, so we're going to finish this wall real quick. One thing I have had problems with in the past is if you don't keep an eye on it, you will die while working on your house, so keep an eye on that. So, running back here, really nothing. There's that blank room that I kind of just left. Then there's this wall, which is exposed, and I figured, oh, apparently you can kill yourself through the wall on spikes, which is amazing. I just left a chopper in here, and you can't steal anything from the chopper, so even if they're like, oh, this wall must be where everything's at, they come in here, and it's just a chopper that they can't steal anything. You know. Another empty room, technically. And then this is my final room. It's going to be my science room. I've got the medic table set up here. I've got some stuff. As far as that goes, been turning a lot of my berries into alcohol lately. And then I've also got the ATV, which is massive. It takes up this 9x9 square, and it needs to be on this level 3 floor, which is stone and iron. So that is a huge material gathering process to just buy all this stuff. And then here's a look at the ATV, like how much stuff you actually need. You need 500 of those metal scraps, which I think I'm about at 300 now, so yeah, it's a lot. Anyways, we're going to go in here, we're going to update all these walls real quick, as long as I don't hit the furniture button. Might have to go get more materials. And I do this all the time, where I end up going into the room that I'm trying to upgrade, and then I'm like, oh, I don't actually have to go there. I can just open the builder and run across. I'll show you guys real quick here. As soon as I grab some more wood, some more stones. Saved up all this stuff for you guys. I'm going to clear out all my boxes of wood now. I'm going to have to replenish. Oh, that's alright. It's part of the game, right? OCD coming out real quick. Oh, come on. Get over there. There we go. So yeah, so if I just open the builder here, I can swipe over, go and build, and stay next to the supplies that I have in all my bins there. No, don't please don't delete. If you delete walls, you can't move walls, which is sad, but if you need to get rid of them, you have to delete them, and that is the worst, because you lose all the materials that went into them. We should do the door real quick. That way we don't have an odd number. Oh, we already did the door. Well, rip that green then. Almost there, guys. And I got one last thing I want to show you guys as soon as I'm done with this. Something I thought was pretty funny. Just like a bit of a cheese on the game, as it were. I think this should be enough to finish it off, right? Now that I'm all out of wood planks. There we go. Alright, so all of our inner sanctums are upgraded. Maybe we'll show off when we do the next big upgrades. But anyways, so this is the part I want to show you. If you notice, there was a zombie kind of chilling out here somewhere. There he is. He's roaming his slow ass over here. He'll come as long as the door's open. He'll run into the spikes, and then I can close the door, and then I can go, alright, zombie. You came into my territory. It's not cool. I'm going to take this spike, and I'm going to move it on top of you, and you're going to take 10 damage. I'm going to move back over here. You're going to take 10 damage and die. That's right, zombie. I have killer spikes. So, if you guys ever want to do that, just save yourself some time so you don't have to kill stuff inside your base and then have to run back in. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you want to see more like it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Again, I'm Draken Mythic from the Ginger and a Beard stream. You can always catch us live on Twitch at GingerAndABeard.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.